We are mindful that there are Americans in Syria, including those who reside there, as well as Austin Tice, who was taken captive more than 12 years ago. We remain committed to returning him to his family.
And that was President Biden speaking about missing journalist Austin Tice. Tice was working as a freelance journalist in Syria in 2012 when he disappeared outside of Damascus. He worked for several news outlets, including CBS News. Tice's family believes that he is still alive and in Syrian hands. The Assad regime claimed it was not holding Tice and had no further information about his whereabouts. Well, two of Austin's siblings join us now, Naomi and Jonathan Tice. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much for having us.
As we heard from the president, he believes that your brother is still alive. Your family does as well. I'm wondering what information you have that you can share to give you that kind of hope.
Yeah, absolutely. So President Joe Biden has consistently said that Austin is alive, and recently we were able to independently verify that with another source. And so we have full confidence that Austin is indeed alive, that he is in Syria, and that he is absolutely waiting to walk free.
And the news over the weekend of what happened in Syria, how do you think that impacts your brother's condition and anything that you know?
It really changes the dynamic, and it changes what's happening in this moment. It's a really unique moment over the course of the last 12 years that we've been advocating to bring him home. One of the things that we truly believe is in chaos there is opportunity. So this is the moment to reach out to any and all organizations or individuals to do anything in their power, anything they can do to help us bring him home.
And in your conversations that you and your family have had with the administration so far, are you confident that they can at least locate where he is?
Yeah, it has been very frustrating as we've been interacting. There is a lot of uncertainty, obviously, just generally in the moment. But we are really asking the current administration, President Joe Biden, to do everything he can, as well as the incoming administration, President-elect Donald Trump. We know that there are tools that they have available to them to bring Austin home, and so we are really asking that they use all of them.
And anything specific that you would like to hear or for people to do?
Right now on the ground, we do have, in Syria, we have had a campaign of information going out to the Syrian people, just informing them, letting them know, and making sure they're aware of Austin's situation. And so right now what we want is for that information to get into the right hands, the right person, the right moment who can assist in bringing him home.
And Jonathan, he's been in captivity since 2012, as we just said. What do you know about his time there, and what do you want people to know?
There's not a lot of information out there about the specifics of his time there. What we do know is that he is in Syria. We know that he has been in Damascus, and we do know that he is well taken care of, that he is healthy, alive, and ready to be home.
And Naomi, what do you want people to know about your brother?
I mean, I think Austin went over there with the purpose of sharing the story of the Syrian people at that moment in 2012. He went there with amazing conviction about the importance of journalism, of sharing news, and I just want people to understand that, like, this is such an amazing man who has done so much for our family, but also for the country as a Marine veteran, and I really believe that it's our duty to bring him home.
Just the internal strength that he has, and like Naomi was saying, his conviction and his desire to do good and do right and to see more right and good in the world. Growing up, he was always that pillar of integrity. And so it's, as an American, as a former Marine, as a journalist, it's always been his goal to shed light in dark and to make sure that good prevails. And so that's really the most important thing to know about him, is just that intrinsic goodness. And he's a treasure to the country, he's a treasure to our family. And there's a huge hole every life event that happens that he's not there.
Yeah, and to the extent that you're comfortable sharing, what has this been like for your family?
Yeah, I mean, it's been extraordinarily challenging. We're a very, very close-knit family.
And there's 7 of you. Right?
There's 7 of us, yes. And you know, all of us siblings are here in D.C. We've always been so committed to do anything, you know, as soon as we can for Austin, because there is, like John mentioned, a huge hole in our family without him with us. And so it's just been very challenging.
We do have, since he's been detained, we've had 5 different nieces and nephews as his be born. I've gotten married. My sister's gotten married as well. There's just so many life events that we wish that he had been here for.
Yeah, of course. And, you know, as he's been gone, there have been several administrations, as you mentioned, a new one coming in. I'm wondering, you know, you said that you were here for to advocate and lobby, and then, of course, the news over the weekend. I wonder what was going through your mind. What was kind of the first thing in your mind when you heard that Assad was pushed out of power?
I think really just recognizing that this is an opportunity, that this is something that is different than what has happened over the last 12 years. This is a chance for President Joe Biden and President-elect Donald Trump to do something different and to show that they are capable of bringing Austin home. We know that they are, and we just really hope that they utilize this opportunity.
We've absolutely seen the footage of detainees being released across Syria and returned to their families, and we're just really hopeful that that's going to be our story here.
Well, we hope that is your story as well. Naomi and Jonathan, thank you so much for thinking of your family and wishing you all the best and good news to come. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it.